G'day folks, today we're delving into the incredible mixing capabilities of the AudioFuse 16Rig. This powerhouse interface has two completely independent digital mixers inside that you can use to do things like create a mix for a live show, run a DAW list jamming session in your studio, make a stereo submix of your synthesizers or Eurorack modules, create custom headphone mixes for a podcast or live stream, or any other number of things. The main mixer can bring in all of the interface's physical inputs and up to 32 USB returns from your computer and mix them together with almost no latency. It has a stereo master output and 4 aux sends that you can use to route wherever you like, using AudioFuse 16Rig's routing matrix. The smaller Q mix is identical to the main mixer, except it does not have aux sends. Besides that, it has the same number of inputs, the same stereo mixing capabilities, and the same routing flexibility. And by the way, we're going to show you how to do this all directly from the AudioFuse 16Rig's front panel, so you can do this even if you don't have a computer attached to the interface. If you do have a computer connected, you can do all of this from the AudioFuse Control Center software faster and even more easily. Step 1. Connect your gear and set levels. Let's start by connecting all of our gear. This can include line level sources, microphones, guitars, basses, and other instruments. Once everything is connected, adjust your levels so the interface is receiving healthy signals. We've covered how to do this in our earlier videos. Step 2. Route the outputs of your mixer. All outputs of the main and Q mixers appear as sources in AudioFuse 16Rig's routing matrix. This means you can route the mixer's stereo outputs and aux sends to any of the available destinations, making them extremely flexible. We've covered the router in our AudioFuse Control Center video, so have a look there to learn more about how to use it. Step 3. Set up the main mixer. Press the mixer button on the front panel to bring up main mix. Note that we'll be focusing on the main mix in this video, but working with the Q mix is pretty much identical. Scroll to the main channels page by turning the encoder. Pro tip, hold the mixer button and turn the encoder to immediately jump to the next page without having to scroll through all the options. It's a big time saver. On the main channels page, you can select all the channels you would like to have in your mix. Use the encoder to scroll through the options and click to add or remove a channel from the mixer. Active channels will be lit. Note that you can add mono or stereo mixer channels depending on what you have connected. If you're using a stereo device like a digital synth, be sure to pick the stereo input here so you can control its level with a single fader. Also note that you're not limited to only analog inputs. All of the digital ADAT inputs as well as the USB outputs from your DAW can be brought in as channels. Have a look around and add everything you need for your mix. Step 4. Craft your mix. Return to the main mixer page. Here you'll see an overview of all of your added channels with meters, fader levels, mute and solo states, plus meters for aux and main output on the right. If you've added more than 8 channels, additional pages will appear. You can now set each channel the way you want. To do that, scroll to your desired channel and click the encoder to edit that channel. You can adjust things like level, pan, mute, solo, aux send levels, and other things. Pro tip, if you're editing a channel and want to immediately jump to the next channel without having to back up to the mixer overview page, hold the mixer button and turn the encoder one click, another major time saver. Step 5. Final touches. If you need to make changes to the mixer's master output or adjust its overall levels for the aux sends, head over to the main master page. Here you can make global changes that affect your whole mix. Bonus, create presets to save time. Once you set up a mix the way you like, you can save it as a preset and load it anytime you like. For example, if you have different setups for DAW-less jamming, podcast recording, and live performance, you can save each of these as presets and immediately load them, saving time. Have a look at the user guide and our other videos to learn more about this. Another bonus, control the mixer with MIDI. One of the superpowers of the AudioFuse 16Rig is its ability to use MIDI to control the main mixer. This means you can use your MIDI controller's hardware knobs and sliders to get hands-on control of the mixer without having to look at the screen or using AudioFuse Control Center. This is a bigger topic, so we'll leave it for another video. And that's a wrap, folks. We've just explored the fantastic mix control capabilities of the AudioFuse 16Rig. As always, for more tech tidbits, stay tuned to our channel. Until next time, keep mixing and happy music making.